Golden Tigers fans, get ready. It's time for buckets, blocks, spills, thrills, steals, and slams. Thunder! Tuskegee basketball is next on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Now, let's go courtside with the call. Here's Charles Ward.
And welcome, everybody. We are live at the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University in Americus, Georgia, getting set for Tuskegee basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. So glad you could join us for our coverage. Tuskegee coming into this ball game at 2-9 on the season and 1-5 in SIAC play on a two-game losing skid, looking to break it against the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, who come in at 7-2. They play out of the Peach Belt, and they lost their last ball game against Florida Tech. So each team looking to come off a win, and this final non-conference contest for Georgia Southwestern in their part of the season, and one more non-conference contest for Tuskegee, but that's later on in the second half of the season. Stage is set for the Golden Tigers and the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. We'll have basketball coverage coming for you on the Golden Tigers Sports Network after this timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit.
And welcome back, everybody. It's the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University here in Americus, Georgia. Pre-game as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee to meet Hurricanes at Georgia Southwestern University. And in the pregame, we're joined as usual by head coach Benji Taylor. Coach, thanks for joining us on the road this afternoon.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. We're going to tip it up again, man. I like it.
Well, we've been days away from the basketball. We've had a holiday in, but I hope you have a holiday and ready for some basketball in the second half.
Yes, we are. We are. You know, we get some bad news over.
A little bit about that.
Yeah, DeAnthony missed a lot of the season, early part of the season. He split his, his webbing over in between his hand, and he did it again 2 days ago.
Oh boy,
so he had to get it restitched up. I never heard of it reopening like that. Yeah, so tough news for us, but man, it gives the young guys a chance to, to play.
Indeed. So what's the status in terms of how long he may be out? Or
I have no idea. No. I mean, it's a comfort level thing, but if it opens back up, I don't know. It's painful. It's painful to look at.
Gotta be painful.
Right.
Well, talk about pain. That last ball game against Edward Waters, in that one all the way throughout the contest, just a couple of categories. If we're able to improve on those in the second half, we may start to see the team that you envision here from that free throw line and the turnovers there. And I know you've been working on that.
Yeah, we're executing well. We just gotta do simple stuff. Sometimes it's harder to get guys to do the simple stuff and then to do the miraculous stuff. So we get into the paint, we get the ball where we need it to be. We're playing physical, we're rebounding the ball, but we're just not connecting on the easy ones. We're not connecting on our free throws. And those guys started off the season shooting them well and been able to get back in the gym. And I think we'll see better results today.
This is really the second time we had in the first half of the season where we've had a long lull in between play.
Right.
What have you been telling them on this particular section where we had 12 days off to get back into the rhythm?
The lull has been good for us because you need to get back in the gym and get back to the basics and ABC. And that's what we had an opportunity to do. We went into the break with guys injured and they didn't get better. Not even talking about DP, they didn't get better during the 12 days off. I've never seen that before, but we'll see.
We got one ball game left in the latter half of the season against Talladega, but we're getting set now for conference action, your whole non-conference ball game here in Americas today. How important is this one heading into conference play starting next week?
Regardless of what our record is, every game, I say, guys, if we were 9-2 or 11-0, I'm the same. Whether we're up or down, I'm the same. I want them to be the same. And we just got to get better, and I think the guys have done that, and that are up right now.
Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. They're 7-2, playing out of the Peach Belt. They have not had any conference play yet, but they are a fairly good shooting team from the floor. You're concerned about them in terms of their ball game.
Yeah, very good shooting team. They got 3 or 4 guys that shoot, 38% and above. They got 2 guys in the 40s, and they can really shoot. We got to make sure that we do a good job of assignments, and we defend the 3 well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we commit to the game plan today and commit it for the minutes. Don't get off the reservation. Stay on the reservation. I know you see smoke over the hill. You see
hang tight.
You might hear some music over the hill. Stay on the reservation. You don't need to be going over there to see what they're doing on the other side. Just stay with us. If they us, we'll be fine.
One final question for you, Coach. And this kind of goes back to the Edward Waters ball game, and just trying to pick your brain about this scenario. In that first half of the contest, they were killing us with that half-court press. Was it conscious on your part to send us into that zone defense in that second half? Because it seemed to help us to get over that press that they had in the final 20 minutes.
Sometimes you got to overthink the press, man. So what we've done this week, man, we just put 6 guys out there. They help me with it. We went against 6 this week. They had no problem with it. So
let's try that.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. Like I said, we had 6 guys, and when we crossed half court, we just had a guy step off.
Pull off.
Yeah, but man, they and the guys were playing pretty hard, but we ate the press up, and I don't know what if I'm pressing us. That's what I've seen on tape, and we invite that. We don't run from our we don't run from our demons. We make friends with them.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Yeah, we make friends with them.
Well, you got a hurricane this afternoon you're facing the season.
Yeah, it's okay. When the Grim Reaper coming, I take him to lunch. I can see who's next.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I want to find out I want to see who's next. We don't run from it. Yeah, we don't run to it.
Well, up next is the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, and you'll meet them this afternoon down
good ball club.
Americus.
Well coached, good ball club, tough conference. Good basketball. Good basketball. They treat us great here, and the intake here, and first class, and it's a good league. It's a good league, and good teams, and they're used to playing basketball. So we're going to have to play well.
We will see what in fact happens as we get set for basketball action here from the Storm Dome. More basketball just ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Coach, best of luck this afternoon.
Appreciate you. Always good to see you.
Likewise.
All right.
That Coach Benji Taylor as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to meet the Hurricanes, Georgia Southwestern University. Basketball just ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
And we're back live inside the Storm Dome here at Georgia Southwestern University, getting set for Tuskegee basketball on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Glad you could join us for our coverage. Tuskegee at 2-9 on the season. Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern 7-2. Starting lineups being set to introduce here inside the Storm Dome. For the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, they'll go with the freshman Tim Hall from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hall on the season averaging just under a point per ball game, but as an assist leader for the Hurricanes. Jalen Johnson, a senior from Durham, North Carolina, will start for the Hurricanes. He leads the team in scoring with 16.7 points per ball game. Also leads them in rebounds at assists at 4.6 assists per ball game. Christian Kuntz, the redshirt junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, gets to start this afternoon for the Hurricanes. Kuntz on the season just under 10 points per ball game average for him. Lars Nilsson, the junior from Norway, will start for the Hurricanes. He averages 6.2 points per ball game and just under 2 rebounds per outing. Bryce Turner is the 5th player for the Hurricanes, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida. Turner on this season, 6.7 points per ball game, 6.3 rebounds per outing for Turner. Those are the 5 for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. They're coached by head coach Aaron Combs in his 5th year, and he's assisted by Marcus Faison. Now for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, it'll be the junior from Latonia, Georgia, Kevin Seasbury, starting this afternoon. Kevin on the season, 12.5 points per ball game, 2.5 assists for the Golden Tigers. Junior from the 12 points per basketball game. 20 in the conference score. Second in the conference, yes, 10.2 rebounds. Out. Coach Pennington references in the pre-game, the Anthony Pennington with an injury to a recurrent injury to his feet is out of the lineup today. Not real sure when he'll be starting with the Golden Tigers. So the Pennington not starting this afternoon, and in his place it'll be Austin Taylor, the redshirt sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii. They're actually the son of Coach Taylor. And Taylor's in spot duty this season, but being asked to step up big here in this non-conference ball game this afternoon, and likely a good half of the second half of the season with that injury to Pennington. Sammy Draper starting for the Tigers of Tuskegee. Draper, the sophomore from Conyers, Georgia. And Sammy on the season, he's the team from the field scoring 14 points per ball game for the Golden Tigers. And rounding out the five for the Tigers, it'll be Chris Mickens, the freshman from Clemens, North Carolina. Mickens in the last ball game against Edward Waters, 5 points and 11 rebounds, averages 4.4 points per ball game on the regular season. So those are the five: Coach Taylor, Seasbury, Jones, Draper, and Taylor, the start five for head coach. He's in his fifth year at Tuskegee, and he's assisted by Mike Smith, Cairo Stanford on that sideline as well. So Tuskegee on the road this afternoon in Americus, Georgia, getting set to meet the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern State University. Tuskegee on the road, dressed in the crimson, trunks and jerseys outlining in the gold, and the lettering and numbers in gold as well. They will go right to left on your listening dial in this first 20 minutes of play here from Georgia Southwestern. And we are almost set for basketball action. And here's the tap, controlled by the Golden Tigers. So Taylor now across the timeline, works it in a half-court set. Got Draper down in the left corner. Draper guarded by Hall. Now they push it across. Seasbury top of the key for Tuskegee. Inside pass to Jones. He's tied up on the inside. No whistle on a call in there. But the basketball goes off of the Hurricanes. It will stay with Tuskegee on their end of the floor. So Taylor now with 14 to shoot, inbounds at the Draper. Draper squares immediately left side of the block. Underneath the defense, and they'll get him for a travel violation. So turnover number one in this basketball game for Tuskegee. Tuskegee on the season, 13th in the conference with a turnover margin of minus 3.4. Had 20 in the last ball game against Edward Waters. Half-court Euro step right side to the rack. That's Bryce Turner, the junior, with the first two of the ball game. And that belongs to the Hurricanes. So Turner with his first two. Half-court Seasbury now. Left side, Draper. Draper working away from the basket now with Mickens handling up top. Just underway, 19:04 remaining first half. Kevin lost his dribble over to Austin behind the arc. 6 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Taylor down at the block was thinking Draper was going to cut there, and they throw it away on the inside. So the basketball goes, it'll stay with Tuskegee. They got 3 seconds to shoot it though. It's tapped out of bounds by the Hurricanes. Taylor, Mickens, head fake to Mickens, got it airborne, bounced at the back of the cylinder, missed on the shot. Rebound chased down by Nielsen for the Hurricanes. They come quickly back the other way. Down in the left corner with the basketball is Kuntz. Kuntz up top. This is Jalen Johnson, front of the iron on his three-point effort. Rebound to Draper. Asami, 4.6 rebounds per outing in this regular season. 51 to his credit coming into this afternoon's play. Mickens pops out for the basketball on a half-court set. Chris slides all the way through, left side, shot rejected at the block, and basketball's loose on the floor. Draper got on it. He's tied up by Jalen Johnson. Whistle will send the basketball over to the Hurricanes. Series between these teams, they're tied at 1 each. First ball game back in 2015. Tuskegee won the first one in that series, 58-54. They played again in that same season in December, and that's the ball game that Georgia Southwestern won, 76-56. So they're split 1-1 in matches. Back down at the block. Coots got on the inside, and Coots got a lay-in to extend the Hurricane lead to 4-0. Seasbury half across the mid-stripe over to Meckins. Now they go left corner to Draper. Kasame on the move, in the paint, running hook shot and a whistle. Draper going hard to the basket that time, and he drew a foul on the inside. Called a foul on Tim Hall. Hall picks up his first. That's team foul number 1 for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Tuskegee coming into the ball game 5th in the East Division of the SIAC as Kasami missed on the first free throw. Draper from the line at 61% shooting, 57 of 93 coming into this afternoon's contest. You heard Coach Taylor reference it in the pregame, is that Tuskegee has got to do better from the free throw line as Draper missed them both that trip. 4-0 lead for Georgia Southwestern. They have the basketball. Coots works at top of the key. Lars Nelson now right side, had it stripped. They will go back the other way. Nelson guilty of the foul. That's his first. Team foul number 2 as Nelson picked up that foul out front, trying to create some space. Draper, Tuskegee half-court set, looking for their first points of the ball game. Bounce pass at the block. Draper off of his hands and out of bounds. So turnover gives it back over to Georgia Southwestern. Turnover number 3 for Tuskegee here early in this contest. Nielsen up top for Georgia Southwestern. Left side with a pass. Turner. Now Nielsen fires from outside, missed on the three-point shot. Chased down in the corner, though, and Turner got there first. Out front with the three-point shot, that's Coots. He's off the mark. Now finally Jones clears for Tuskegee, and Tuskegee goes back the other way. Seasbury out front, works it left side to Mickens. Chris doubled out front, lost it momentarily, regains. Left side, Draper. Draper inside Jones. Martez hard to the rack, and the floater falls good for Martez. First points of the ball game for Tuskegee. They go inside and get it from Martez Jones, the junior. 4-2 lead for Georgia Southwestern. They have the basketball. Full slate of substitutions coming in for Coach Taylor. Next dead ball down at the block and underneath. Nicely done there by Tim Hall to get his first 2 of the ball game for the Hurricanes, and they 6-2 with 16 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Seasbury, left side, Mickens. Mickens lost it near the mid-stripe, but runs it down. Now Kevin handles the basketball with 11 to shoot for Tuskegee. Now down to 9. Seasbury with a jumper, crease the rim. It's loose on the floor, chased down by Hall and the Hurricanes. Lead behind pass, Turner. Whistles and a travel violation there on Christian Coots, trying to get a break toward the basket. So 5 set to come in for Coach Taylor, but they'll have to do it after the timeout. 15:38 left in this first half of play, our first media timeout here in the Storm Dorm, and it comes with Georgia Southwestern leading at 6-2 over the Golden Tigers. Take a break here, more Golden Tigers basketball after the timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Thank you for watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Saturday afternoon basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network finds us live from Americus, Georgia, the county seat of Sumter County, here in Georgia as the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern host the Golden Tigers this afternoon. 15:38 left first half of play. Georgia Southwestern with a 6-2 lead. Coach Taylor now with full-scale substitutions on the floor. Julian Watson in the backcourt. Christopher Whitmore back out on the floor. And they got that press that they're facing by Georgia Southwestern. Chip Culpepper back out on the floor, as well as Dylan Cambridge and Tyshawn Boyce, the 5, starting after the media timeout. Up top now, Whitmore with the basketball. Culpepper behind the arc, 7 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Culpepper with it up top, 3 to shoot. Trying to get it inside, they won't be able to get off airborne, and they don't. Shot clock violation. That press by the Hurricanes rattled the Golden Tigers just a bit. Did not have enough time in that half-court set after having scrambled to get it across the mid-stripe. Turnover number 4 in this first half for Tuskegee. Milson, bounce pass on the inside, and traffic is loose on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. This time the basketball will belong. Looks like it's going to stay with, no, it'll go over to Tuskegee with the arrow. So Culpepper will inbound it in the backcourt. Half-court trap there for Georgia Southwestern as Culpepper works it across the floor now to Watson. Watson across the timeline. Cambridge, right corner. Back out front they go with the pass to Julian. Now 14 to shoot as Cambridge took a look at the basket and did not try to penetrate. 10 to shoot. Culpepper over to Whitmore. 6 to shoot. Christian got an airborne shot from outside and knocked down a three-pointer. Was not very pretty looking, but Christopher got it done nonetheless from three-point range. So that makes it a 6. We're only going to give him 2 on that. Initial was that it was had it as a 3, but now they only give him 2. So Whitmore with the 2-point field goal makes it 6-4, and we got a foul down low. Call the foul on Jalen Johnson. Johnson picks up his first. That's team foul number 3 on the Hurricanes. So we go back the other way now. Tuskegee with a chance to claim the lead. And they do on the inside as Cambridge got free for a lazy lay-in. So Dillon with his first 2 of the ball game, and Tuskegee up or ties it at 6-6. It would have been 7-6 if they had counted that 3-point shot by Whitmore, which everybody at the scorers table believes it was. But it went down as a field goal, and we're tied at 6 each with 13:38 remaining in the first half. Bryce Cummings racing to get out on the floor for Coach Taylor. Cambridge takes a seat after that field goal on the inside. So it's Boyce, Watson, Culpepper, Cummings, and Whitmore on the floor now for Tuskegee. Out front, on the move, left side, this is Juwan Moore who just got on the floor and a whistle. And down at the block, we're going to have a foul call. Watson was tying it up down at the block. They'll call it on Chip Culpepper instead. So Chip picks up his first. Second team foul for Tuskegee. So at the line, it's Koontz shooting, and Koontz hits the first free throw. So Koontz, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, 73% free throw shooter, 8 of 11, and he creased the rim on the second. But the rebound on the tie-up on the inside, Jalen Jordan, the sophomore, got a hand on it. The arrow will give it over to the Hurricanes. So it stays on there into the floor. They lead it 7-6. And it will be Jalen Johnson to inbound at left of the cylinder. Well, the officials at the scorers table now looking up at either the shot clock or the game clock. They'll put the shot clock down to 19, and the game clock stays at 13:31 as we get set to resume play. Johnson, left of the cylinder. Entry pass down in the corner to Jordan Johnson, the junior from Bowie, Maryland. Hard push on the inside, bodies colliding, and a blocking foul called down on Jalen Jordan's penetration. calling on Culpepper. So Chip has picked up his second personal on the inside. That's team foul number 3. So Culpepper will have to take a seat, and Kevin Seasbury, the junior, back out on the floor for Tuskegee. So Culpepper takes a seat after the second personal. Entry pass in the corner now. This is Johnson working it out front. Over to Moore. Now free with a jumper from outside, and the lean back shot there is off the mark by Jordan Johnson. And the basketball over to the Golden Tigers. Jordan Johnson for the Hurricanes started in last 9 ball games of last season for the Hurricanes, earned that spot, and came into this season as a starter for the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes revamped their roster almost entirely in the offseason. 13 new players on their roster coming into this season. They go into full court pressure. Watson has it in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Jones at the mid-stripe with the basketball. Martez back over to Julian. And now Seasbury handles out front. Entry pass, Jones leaning back toward the rack, able to regain himself and got the flush on the inside. So Martez Jones with his 4th point of the ball game. That's a nice assist from Julian Watson out front to find Jones inside the paint. Tuskegee claims the lead, 8-7. Half-court set now for the Hurricanes. Lead behind inside the paint for Hall. Almost traveled, but no call. Now Jalen Johnson out front. Got free for 3 on the 3-pointer and knocked it down there for the Hurricanes. So Johnson got that 3-pointer to give the Hurricanes a 10-8 lead. Seasbury trying to do a give and go to Jones. They go right side to Watson instead. Now Martez pops out near the free throw line to handle the basketball. Left side Seasbury. Kevin floater, left corner, left it short. Rebound pulled by Tim Hall, and here comes Georgia Southwestern. They work it at the perimeter. 3-point shot there. That one's off the mark. It was taken in the corner by Moore, but it came back to them for another look. Other side of the floor, that 3-point offering's off the mark. And finally, Martez clears the rebound for Tuskegee. Watson up top to Seasbury. Tuskegee, without the services of the Anthony Pennington, the junior from Kansas City, injured his right hand, his shooting hand. Jones at the block right side. Now backs his way on the inside, 9 to shoot. Jones at the block, hard to the glass, and he got a lay in. Tough work by Jones at the block. He's got 6 in this first half of play. Ties the basketball game at 10 each after the basket with 11-10 left. First half of play. Jones going for a steal, almost coming away with it for Tuskegee. Tapped it out of bounds. 11:07 remaining in this first half. Another media timeout here inside the Storm Dome. Timeout comes with the teams tied at 10 each. More basketball just ahead on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, Tuskegee University, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education. Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Back live inside the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern State University. Tuskegee and the Hurricanes tied at 10. Right now, Tuskegee, Martez Jones with 6 points leading them in scoring. Jones also with 2 rebounds in this first half. Back to live action. Hurricanes half-court set. They run a weave. Up top, this is Juwan Moore with the basketball. Moore foul line extended with a jumper, front of the iron, but the rebound comes clear the hall, and they get another look. They push it out front quickly, and knocking down the triple out front is Jordan Johnson. So Jordan Johnson with his first points of the ball game. It's a three-pointer. 13-10. Georgia Southwestern with the lead. Draper with the basketball. Taylor now behind the arc right side. Poston up top to Kevin Seasbury. Original five back out on the floor now for Coach Taylor. Mickens trying to get it down to the block to Jones. Martez is there with 6 to shoot. Martez bowls his way in to the rack. Spinner falls off, but a whistle. They'll call the foul on the inside on Juwan Moore. Moore with his first. His team foul number 4. And that'll send Martez to the line to shoot free throws for Tuskegee. Martez struggling from the line at 48%, 26 of 54 coming into today's ball game. But Martez true on that first free throw effort. And he's got 7 points in this first half of play. Martez, a junior from Tuskegee, missed on the second free throw. Ask him who his favorite hero is, and he says no doubt it's his late father, because his late father never really gave up on Martez in terms of him pursuing his dreams. And a shot on the other end of the floor by the Hurricanes is off the mark. Tuskegee with the basketball. Martez also indicating that his family is related to the late King of Pop, Michael Jackson, and the Jackson family. Turnover in the half-court set for Tuskegee. Basketball back the other way for Georgia Southwestern, and they get a lay-in left side for Moore, who was streaking. So Moore with his first points of the ball game. And it's a 15-11 lead now for Georgia Southwestern. Draper, right side for Tuskegee, all the way to the rack. Had to adjust a shot on the inside. Basketball back over to Georgia Southwestern. They go quickly back the other way. But missing on the lay-in was Jordan Johnson. Mickens has it, and he's tied up on the inside. And a foul call in the backcourt. Tim Hall guilty of that foul. That's his second. Team foul number 5. Non-shooting foul there. Tuskegee will have it in the backcourt. Dylan Cambridge back out on the floor now for Tuskegee. He replaces Draper on the floor as Mickens handles up top. Seasbury behind the arc left side. Kevin, with 9:06 left in the first half, pushes back out front to Taylor. Now to Mickens in the right corner. 10 to shoot for Tuskegee. Jones out front. Now Seasbury tried to dump it back inside to Jones, and they throw it away. Back the other way, 2-on-1 basketball all the way to the glass, and adjusting on the shot was Moore, and Moore got the lay-in. So Moore with his 4th point of this first half at 8:49 left, and we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout taken by Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. They trail at 17-11 to the Hurricanes. Back with more basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
Back to live action. 7 of 16 shooting for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Tuskegee at 50% from the floor at 5 of 10 as we resume action. 8:40 left first half. Cambridge with it out front. Bounce pass in traffic, and they throw it away. They're trying to work it inside to Jones. But the passing a bit off here in heavy traffic, and another turnover. Georgia Southwestern now with 6 points off of Tuskegee turnovers. Lead behind left side to the glass is Jalen Jordan, and a whistle on the inside. They call the foul on Kevin Seasbury. Kevin's picked up his first. Team foul number 4 on Tuskegee. So it'll be Jalen Jordan, the sophomore from Hilliard, Florida, shooting. Jordan. Good on that first free throw. Jordan from the line at 67%, 14 of 21 shooting for the Hurricanes coming into today's ballgame. As a team, the Hurricanes shoot 70.4% from the free throw line. They're averaging about 15 free throw attempts per ball game and connecting on 11 of those. Jordan got them both from the line. Tuskegee now trailing 19-11. Down in the corner, this is Boyce with a short jumper there, missed on the shot. Jones able to streak it, taking it back on the second other side of the cylinder. Now they tie it up inside the paint. And it looks like they're going to go to the arrow on this one. And it will stay with Tuskegee. Nielsen and Kuntz back out on the floor now for Coach Combs and the Hurricanes. Austin Taylor right of the cylinder to inbound for Tuskegee. Golden Tigers trailing by 8 with 8:03 left in this first half of play. Chip Culpepper out on the floor now. He'll replace Mickens in the lineup. So it's Seasbury, Culpepper, Taylor, Boyce, and Jones, the 5 out for Tuskegee now. Entry pass Jones, quick jumper by him. Martez knocks it down in the corner. He said he worked on that shot in the offseason, showed it right there. Good poise with the jumper, mid-range in the corner for the basket. He's got 9 in his first half of play. Half-court set now for the Hurricanes. Tuskegee's cut the deficit to 19-13. Left side, Kuntz with the basketball. Tied up by Culpepper. They get a travel violation there on Kuntz. Turnover number 6 for the Hurricanes. Basketball back to Tuskegee. 7:35 left first half of play. We come to another media timeout here in the Storm Dome. Tuskegee trailing at 19-13 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Back with more Golden Tigers basketball after the timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
Back live inside the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University. 7:35 left in the first half. Tuskegee trailing at 19-13 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Right now, bench points Tuskegee with 4 off of reserve players. Georgia Southwestern with 10 points in the paint, 10 for the Hurricanes and 8 for the Golden Tigers. Points off of turnovers. Georgia Southwestern with 8 points off of Tuskegee turnovers. Tuskegee with 4 off of Hurricane turnovers. Jones with 9 points for Tuskegee, leading them in scoring in this first half. Moore's got 5 for the Hurricanes to lead them. Taylor across the timeline now. Across the floor now to Seasbury. Taylor out front, 14 to shoot. Poston wants to work it left side over to Kevin, trying to get it at the block to Jones if they can. Martez with the basketball, 7 to shoot. Slides the paint, lost it over to Boyce on the inside, and Tyshawn able to pick it up and lay it in for Tuskegee. So Boyce with his first points of the contest. Make it 19-15. Tuskegee trailing it to the Hurricanes. Half-court set for Georgia Southwestern. Up top, popping a jumper there is Kuntz. Remmers off the mark. Jones at the block, skies, and clears that rebound for the Golden Tigers. Kevin across the timeline with the basketball. Raises with a jumper out front of the iron. Had a good look, just didn't put enough on it. Rebound comes clear to Justin Reed, the junior for Georgia Southwestern. Now over to Munden, who's out on the floor for them, and they get the basketball on the inside and they throw it away. Justin Munden, the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, on the floor, trying to bounce it inside traffic, and the basketball over to Tuskegee. Turnover number 6 for the Hurricanes. They show half-court trap. Taylor works it across mid-stripe in the middle of the floor. Tuskegee going right to left in this first half of play. Draper back out on the floor, handles left side. We're down to 6:10 left first half. Tuskegee trailing 19-15. All going to be called there. I think they got Kevin Seasbury for that foul, and Kevin's picked up his second, so he will have to depart the basketball game. Mickens reports back. 6:09 left first half. Georgia Southwestern by 4 with the basketball. Munden, they work it on a weave way out front. Now the basketball into the hands of Bryce Turner. 17 to shoot. Munden handles again. Culpepper guarding defensively. Now on the push, left corner, leaning back with the jumper, and that one's good. Jordan Johnson got some space on Taylor in the corner and got his 5th point of the ball game. 5:40 remains first half, 21-15, Tuskegee trailing it. Jones way out front with the basketball. Now over to Mickens. Chris lost his dribble momentarily over to Martez. Martez, hard push left side to the glass. Missed on the shot, but he drew a foul on the inside. They'll call that foul on the inside. Bryce Turner. Turner has picked up his first. That's team foul number 6 for the Hurricanes. And at the line for Tuskegee, Martez Jones shooting. 1 of 2, his first trip to the free throw line.
Give me a little more. I need a little more.
Tuskegee. And Jones hits that first free throw. Coming off the ball game against Edward Waters. Is 45% from the free throw line, lost by 1 point. Missed 17 points from the free throw line, just 14 of 31. That hurts even more when you look at that, when you only lose by 1 and you left that many points on the floor from the free throw line. Martez for the second of 2. Right now in an even 10 points in the ball game for the junior. Martez missed on the second of 2 from the line. Might have heard Coach Taylor in the background saying that the Hurricane mascot was right down there behind the basket on the end of the floor where Jones was shooting. A bit of a distraction. Out front pushing a 3. That was way off the mark as Mickens clears that errant shot. It was taken by Jalen Jordan way out front. Across the floor, Taylor handles. Jones out front trying to set a screen. They'll try to go in that give and go from that scenario. They got it down to Jones at the block, and he's pushed down at the block by Jalen Jordan. So Jordan picks up his first. Jalen Johnson back out on the floor now for the Hurricanes. Tim Hall back out as well for Coach Combs. And Coach Taylor countering now with Watson and Whitmore back out on the floor. Culpepper and Mickens take seats. 21-16 at the line. Jones again to shoot. Martez missed on that one, but the rebound to Draper. Draper back inside. Got an easy flush on the inside for Tuskegee. Hard move after the rebound by Draper. And Kasami able to finish with the dunk on the inside. 4:44 remaining in this first half. 21-18. Hurricanes took a timeout, just a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here with this action from the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University. Tuskegee coming into this ball game looking for a win to break a 2-game losing streak. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee University basketball on the Golden Tigers Network is brought to you by TNT Fireworks, America's best-selling brand of and the largest distributor of consumer fireworks. Glad you could join us on this Saturday afternoon from Americus, Georgia. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee right now trailing at 21-18 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Georgia Southwestern with the basketball. Munden, right side, got some space with a jumper, missed on the shot. Julian Watson back out on the floor and got that rebound backside. Taylor across the timeline now. Left side, Jones way away from the basket. Top of the key to Draper. Now Taylor handles right side. Poston back pedals back out front to Watson. 12 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Draper trying to get it there to Jones in the corner instead. Now they bounce it inside. Whitmore trying to get it in there and threw the basketball out of bounds. So that turnover sends it back the other way. Make it turnover number 9 for Tuskegee in this first 20 minutes of play. London, the freshman, handles. Gives it off up top to Turner. Now on a weave. It's Jalen Johnson with the basketball. Under 4 minutes left. They slide it down to Turner. One-on-one against Draper. In the corner. Shot there is off the mark. Watson had a hand on it. Can't control it. Back over to Georgia Southwestern. Out front with a three-point shot. That one's off the mark by Jordan Johnson, and Tuskegee comes away with it. Taylor quickly across the timeline. Bounce pass to Jones. Jones in the corner. Whitmore. Whitmore back over to Draper. Draper hard push right side. Kasami tied up on the inside and a whistle. One call to foul, one call to travel. And now they're issuing a warning to Coach Taylor. Coach Taylor pointing out the obvious that one official had called a foul on that play and the other one had called a travel violation. 3:23 left in this first half of play. A media timeout with Georgia Southwestern leading at 21-18. We'll take a break as well on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
I'm Reginald Ruffin, your Director of Athletics, and you are watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Back live here in the Storm Dome. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee basketball. Brought to you by Booster Digital Displays. As the exclusive provider of the digital scorers table inside the Daniel Chaffee James Center and the new state-of-the-art Jumbotron and scoreboard at Cleve Abbott Stadium, Booster Digital Displays is committed to boosting Tuskegee athletics to the next level. For more information on the affordable and innovative Booster Digital Displays product line, you can visit www.boosterdisplays.com. That's www.boosterdisplays.com. And support that company that supports Tuskegee athletics. Back to live action now. Hurricanes half-court set. 3:18 left first half. Out front, Brooke Kuntz handles. Now on a weave. This is Munden. Back over to Kuntz left side. Behind the arc, Jordan is Jalen Jordan again. Now Jordan Johnson firing a three-point shot. Missed on that one. Basketball back to Tuskegee. Julian Watson back out. Gives it Jones, top of the key. Tuskegee trailing by 3. At the block, Draper. Drop step, down in the corner, doubled. Watson free for 3. Missed on it. Backside rebound to the Hurricanes. Jordan Johnson pushes across the floor. Whistles and a travel violation in the corner. Munden standing on the inbound line instead. So the basketball on the turnover goes back to Tuskegee. Turnover number 8 for the Hurricanes. So Tuskegee now with the basketball, a chance to cut into that three-point deficit. Taylor across the timeline. At the block, Jones. Jones draws the double there. Jones pushes back out front. Whitmore for 3. Rimmer wouldn't stay down for him. Rebound, Jones on the putback and a late whistle. Gonna have a foul called on the inside. They call the foul on Turner. That's his second. And Martez back to the free throw line for the Golden Tigers. Boyce and Seasbury set to come in next dead ball. And Coach Taylor was talking about the mascot at the base of the goal down there as Jones hits the first free throw. And you can see that the mascot for Georgia Southwestern is waving their hands down there trying to distract Jones at the line. But Martez good on the first free throw, set for the second of two. Jones rattled the second good as well. So Martez leading all scorers in this basketball game now. He's got 12 in this first half of play. Half court set for Georgia Southwestern. Out front, Jalen Johnson pushes a three and knocks it down for the Hurricanes. And that's his second three-pointer of the ball game. 2:02 left first half of play. 24-20. Tuskegee trailing by 4. Seasbury in the paint over to Boyce. Tyshawn, hard push right side to the glass, missed on the shot. A little bit out of control there. He takes a hard fall on the inside as the offense or the action comes back the other way. 4-on-5, basket in the corner, taken by Kuntz, and Kuntz got the space to knock down another three-pointer. It's Kuntz with a three-pointer. He's got 6 in the ball game. And they call a foul headed back the other way on Justin Munden. So Munden with his first, and we're going back to the other end of the floor to shoot. 1:35 remains first, half a play. It'll be Kevin Seasbury at the line shooting. Kevin, 91% from the free throw line. 10 of 11 coming into today's action. Kevin is good on the first. Picks up his first points of the ball game. As Mickens takes a seat. I think looks like Boyce is going to take a seat as well. So it's Seasbury, Draper, Culpepper, Whitmore, and Jones out on the floor now. With 1:35 left. And Seasbury got them both on. Make it 27-22. Munden handles half court now for Georgia Southwestern. Jalen guarded by Culpepper. Hard push by Johnson. Drew the defense, tried to leave it behind and throw it out of bounds. So the basketball back to Tuskegee. Seasbury in the backcourt. We're at 1:10 left first half of play. Kevin wants to work it left side, looking for a screen from Draper out front. Whistles out front and a turnover on the double dribble. Seasbury trying to work off of a screen from Draper. Took too many steps or the double dribble with the basketball, and the Hurricanes will have it, leading at 7-22. Turnover number 10 for the Golden Tigers. First 20 minutes of play. Right side, Johnson's free for three. Rattled and he missed it. Basketball's floor and it comes away to touch. Under a minute remains. Seasbury out front. Same play, try to get a screen. He'll slide right side floor to Jones. Jones at the rack and he got the lay in. Martez pouring it on here. Picks up his 14th point of this first half. On a foul down and there didn't get a. They go back the other way with 28 seconds and a whistle at the block. They're going to call Draper at the block, it appears. Yeah, it will be Kasami picking up that foul. Kasami picks up his first. Team foul number 5. Non-shooting foul Hurricane, so they will inbound it right of the center. Jalen Johnson, the junior, that. They lead by 5.
See both, CJ. Can you see both? Drop back, can you see both? He gonna throw us on short. Yep, there you go.
Johnson trying to get it inside, has to come out front instead. Instead, it's Coops out front, and he's free, and he knocks down a three-pointer again. So Coops with back-to-back threes extends the Hurricane lead to 30-24 with 15 seconds. Eastbury half-court set would like to have a basket going into the intermission. Give and go, right side, tied up at the block. Culpepper now with 4 to shoot. They try to go back inside again, and they throw the basketball away. Culpepper not aware of that situation there. Jones or Taylor letting him know that that's the time you got to take the three-pointer. With only 2 seconds. Instead of her, and they give it to Johnson, trying to get it on before the buzzer. Short. Tuskegee to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern 30-24 as we go into the intermission. Not a bad half of basketball for Tuskegee, trailing only by Let's take a time out here. More Golden Tigers all coming your way on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not gonna be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity, but the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts, and that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give them a chance.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
It's a great day for Tuskegee University Golden Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can catch up on their vaccinations even if they are late. Make sure that you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccinations, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. That's alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Utilities Board of Tuskegee is a proud sponsor of Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. UBT puts the power in your hands to enjoy the things that matter most. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people. Right now, the Progress of Tuskegee, they're trailing it by 6 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. First half play here from the Storm Dome. And Tuskegee in that first half led by Martez Jones. Big first half for him. He's really being asked to step up this afternoon given that DeAnthony Pennington is out of the lineup and they're going to miss his input on the offensive end of the floor. Jones, first 20 minutes of play, 14 points, 5 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, and he's got 7 rebounds in that first 20 minutes. Well on his way to a double-double in this basketball game. They'll need that from Jones. He leads all scorers in this first half. Christian Kuntz, the guard for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, leads them in scoring. He had 8 points in the first 20 minutes of play. Got 6 of those from behind the arc on 2 3-point baskets for him in that first half. For the Hurricanes overall, they were 5 of 17 shooting from behind the arc in the first 20 minutes of play. Tuskegee did not ring up a 3-point shot in that first half on 2 attempts. Turnovers in that first half, Tuskegee with 11, 8 for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern, and the rebounding edge going to the Hurricanes as well. They had 16, and Tuskegee with 15 in the first 20 minutes of play. Golden Tigers from the floor, 47%, 9 of 19 shooting. Reference that they did not hit a 3-point shot, 0 of 2 from behind the arc. And from the free throw line at 6 of 11, or 55% in the first 20 minutes. Georgia Southwestern, 41% shooting from the floor. 11 of 27 shooting, 5 of 17 from three-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. A couple minutes before we get set for second half action here from the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University. Take a break here. More basketball just ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity. But the part that I would like.
And we're back live here in the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University. Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. So glad you could join us. A couple minutes before we get set for second half action. Chance for us to introduce a new segment we're trying to deal with in terms of our broadcast, trying to get you more familiar with these players from Tuskegee and just in terms of them as individuals, not so much as basketball players, but just as individuals. We'll start our new segment by talking about Martez Jones. Jones, the junior from Tuskegee, Alabama. And Jones, in the offseason, his concentration was improving his jump shot, and we saw that in that first half, had a jumper in the corner that he looked very comfortable with there and knocked that down from mid-range to get a basket for Tuskegee. Also wanted to improve his conditioning on the season. I don't think there's a real issue for Martez in that area. Always looks very strong and then has a lot of endurance for Tuskegee. Asked him what his message would be to the younger players since he's one of the more seasoned players on this roster. No seniors on the roster, but he is a returning player. And he said to the younger players, just remember your time is coming, that everybody has to step up. And particularly we talk about that injury to DeAnthony Pennington this afternoon. A lot of players being asked to step up in his absence to make up for his contributions, both offensively and defensively. Martez started playing basketball at 13 years old, also played football, baseball, and ran track in his early years. His high school accolades, two-time MBB, Male Athlete of the Year, first-time All-Region. Let's take a peek over my shoulder and Coach Wester here, joining down here in Americus to support the men on the road. Good to see her. And assistant coach with him, her as well. Talking a little bit more about Jones, his favorite basketball team is the Lakers, and LeBron James, his favorite athlete on that team. And we talked about this in his first half, that his role model was his father, his late father, who just really poured into Martez in terms of just helping him push toward his dreams. And his quote, early to bed, early to rise makes a young man healthy and wise. That's an old school quote, but it still rings true today. Just a little bit about Martez Jones. His future, he sees either playing in the NBA or getting into real estate. And his dream location in terms of where he thinks he might want to live is Colorado. And I asked him, I said, well, why Colorado? He said, no, I just love the snow. So Martez Jones, the junior from Tuskegee, Alabama, just a little profile on him. We're going to start introducing those in the second half of the season. We get set for second half action here from the Storm Dome. Had a chance to talk to Coach Taylor coming out of the timeout or the intermission. He said, I asked him, what did he talk about at the break? He said, Charles, there's one thing, turnovers. We had 11 in that first half. We're shooting right at 50% from the floor. You eliminate some of those turnovers and points that we've given them off of turnovers, which is 10. So we're leading this basketball game because right now they trail by 6 as we start the final 20 minutes from here. Half court set now for the Hurricanes, and they go right inside. And they got a pass inside, and it was easy. Basket on the inside for Georgia Southwestern. Check who they gave that point to. I think it was Johnson that they give the point to, Jalen Johnson. So he's got 8 in this basketball game. And he gets the first 2 to start the final 20 minutes of play. Austin Taylor handles on the inbound pass. Trying to get it inside, got it there to Draper. Kasami to the glass, missed on the first attempt, missed on the second, got another rebound. This time it's stripped away from him by Jalen Jordan. So Jordan able to collect it for the Hurricanes after Kasami had 2 looks on the inside, couldn't get him to fall. Hurricanes run that weave offense to start things in the second half. Jalen Johnson lost his dribble out front, now spins back toward the inside. Leans back with a jumper. That one went in the cylinder and came out. Tuskegee with a break and the basketball. Taylor quickly up the floor. Jones left side. Got inside and got a lay in. Able to keep his composure and balance. And Jones got that basket for Tuskegee to start the second half. He's got 16 in the ball game. Whistles on the inside. And we're going back the other way. Good defensive work on the inside by Mickens. And the basketball will go over to Tuskegee. They call the personal foul on the inside on Jalen Jordan. And Jordan's picked up his third. First of the second half for Georgia Southwestern. Taylor across the timeline now for Tuskegee. They trail it 32-26. Mickens pops out for the basketball. Now Seasbury, left side, slides all the way, foul unextended. In the corner, Mickens got a good look at a 3, front of the iron. Jones tapped it to keep it alive. Martez, shot rejected at the block, but they will stay with Tuskegee on their end of the floor. They call a foul on the inside, and Jalen Jordan picked up that foul. If that's him, that's going to be number 4. Yeah, that will be his 4th, so he will have to go to the Georgia Southwestern bench. Because Jones is saying they should be shooting here. Coach Taylor said they should be shooting, and now they agree with him. So Coach Taylor having to campaign for that shooting opportunity for Martez, and Martez will be shooting here. Martez rimmed the first one and wouldn't stay down. Remains 32-26. Martez with the second coming. He's got 16 in the ball game. Second of 2 from the line. Spinner won't stay down. Basketball over to the Hurricanes. Out front with the basketball is Jalen Johnson. Now up top with the jumper is Kuntz. Kuntz left it on the front iron. Basketball over to Taylor. Oston quickly up the floor now for Tuskegee. On a weave, Cambridge. Dillon back to Taylor. Oston back over to Dillon. Now at the block, Jones. Jones picked up by Nielsen. Double coming. Taylor pumps a three. Rimmed it good for Tuskegee. Spun around for a while, but Oston knocked down a big three-pointer there for the Golden Tigers. His first points of the ball game. 32-29 after the basket by Oston. Watson set to come in, next dead ball. Half-court set for the Hurricanes. Johnson on the move now is Kuntz. Kuntz in traffic, and a blocking foul called on the inside. They called a foul on Mickens on the inside. So Chris picks up his first. Team foul number 1 for Tuskegee in the second half. So that'll send Kuntz to the line to shoot for the Hurricanes. Kuntz, the redshirt junior from Charlotte, 73% free throw shooter on the regular season. Kuntz with 9 points in that first half of play. Watson set to come back out on the floor now for Tuskegee as Taylor, after hitting that three-pointer, goes to the bench. And Kuntz got both free throws from the line. Full court pressure now by the Hurricanes. Jones with it in the half-court set across the timeline now. Right side, Mickens. Chris surveys, pushes back up top to Seasbury. Now to Jones. Jones hard push left side. Lost it momentarily. And we're going to foul call down low. Call the foul on the inside. Looks like Bryce Turner is guilty of his third. That's his second. Or the second team foul here in this second half of play. Turner with 4 personals in this basketball game, if that one was on him. Jones shooting from the line. Martez missed on the first. It was on Turner. That is his fourth. Martez for the second of 2. Got that one to fall for Tuskegee. Kawan Moore, the freshman from Teachney, North Carolina, back into their lineup. He replaces Turner, who picked up that 4th personal. Johnson across the timeline for the Hurricanes. Over to Nielsen. The right side on the push is Tim Hall. Basketball's loose on the floor. They dive forward now. And the arrow, looks like it'll stay with Georgia Southwestern. Good tie up there by Tuskegee in that half-court set. No, instead it goes back the other way. Can't see the arrow from this vantage point. We're on the right, very end of the scorer's table. So that arrow indicator is further down to the left. And it will belong to Tuskegee, though. 16:45 left in the ballgame. Watson wants to work it left side. Up top instead he goes to Mickens. Now Seasbury right side. Hard push past Nilsson. Now Cambridge with the jumper in the corner, left it short. Chasing down that loose rebound. Had a chance at it, but it comes clear to Kuntz and the Hurricanes. Shot in the corner, that was short, but the basketball cleared by Hall. They push it to Nilsson in the corner for 3. Got it. Nilsson with his first points of the ball game. Makes it 37-30. 16 minutes, 5 seconds left in the ball game. Julian Watson handles out front for Tuskegee, the sophomore from Baton Rouge. Try the entry pass to Jones left side, down in the corner, guarded by Hall. Foul on extended. Watson with the jumper. Oh, yeah. Good ball movement there. Watson with the finish for Tuskegee. His first points of the ball game. Turnover back the other way on an errant shot. Basketball to Tuskegee. 37-32. Golden Tigers trail it. Mickens, or Watson that is, with it across the mid-stripe. Over to Cummings. Now Seasbury for three. Count it for Tuskegee. They got the play they wanted. Seasbury behind the arc. Knocked down a three-pointer. His first points of the second half. Lead now down to 2 for the Hurricanes. Out front trying to answer it is Kuntz. His shot is off the mark. A rebound comes clear to Martez Jones. Tuskegee, chance to tie it now. Watson out front. Over to Mickens. Chris working off of a screen by Martez. Lee behind. Seasbury. Look at a three. Count the three again. Seasbury back-to-back triples for Tuskegee. And Tuskegee is taking a 1-point lead. 38-37. We're down to 14:35 remaining in the ball game. Down in the corner. Johnson pushes it on the pass. Inside. Moore now Nilsson. Other end of the floor. And answers with a three-pointer in that corner. So Nilsson with back-to-back three-pointers for the Hurricanes, and they regain the lead 40-38. We come to a timeout with 14:26 remaining in the ball game. Tuskegee trailing by a field goal.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benson, the Sports Information Director at Tuskegee University, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education. Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Back live at the Storm Dome. That means we're live on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University in Americus, Georgia. Tuskegee trailing the Hurricanes 40-38 after the timeout. A couple of big three-point baskets by Kevin Seasbury. Tuskegee claimed the lead. But right before this timeout, Lars Nilsson hit his second three-pointer in the second half to give the Hurricanes the 40-38 lead. Glad you could join us for our coverage. Wrapping up the 2023 portion of the season here on the road. Watson across the timeline handles the basketball. Now Mickens up top. Lee behind left side. Cambridge with three. Rimmers off the mark. Rebound cleared by Nilsson and the Hurricanes. In the corner this time, the shot's off the mark, but they got a rebound and a putback. Initial shot by Kuntz was off the mark, but Johnson able to follow and got a lay-in. So Johnson with his first two of the second half. Seasbury out front now for Tuskegee. Right side, Mickens. Now Draper at the block left side. Draper back out Seasbury again for three. This one's off the mark. Draper tried to tap it to keep it alive, but it comes over to Georgia Southwestern. They go left side. This is Johnson on the move. Missed on a jumper, and the basketball's loose on the floor now. Looks like it will stay with Georgia Southwestern. They'll be right of their cylinder to inbound the basketball. Johnson set to inbound it. And they work it out front now. Tim Hall with the basketball. On the move, Johnson to the rack, and a whistle at the block will get him for the offensive foul.
Yes, sir.
That's his first. That's team foul number 5 for the Hurricanes. Culpepper back out on the floor, handles in the backcourt. Over to Mickens. Now Watson across the timeline. Watson bounce pass at the block. Jones, he catches up with it at the block. Pushed back out to Julian. Julian back to Martez. Martez doubled back to Julian. Watson out front. Got a jumper. Knocked it down. So Julian, 4 points in this basketball game. Back inside. Shot rejected at the block, but a whistle as Hall went inbound, airborne inside the paint for the Hurricanes. They'll call the foul on Culpepper. Chip with his third personal. 12:35 remaining in the basketball game. And Hall to shoot. Hall in the ball game. 4 points for the Hurricanes. As Hall hit the first free throw. Got them both from the line, make it 44-40. Hurricanes jump into full court pressure now. Watson doubled at the mid-stripe. Julian up the floor now, got it to Draper. Draper doubled at the sideline, threw it off, and Nilsson out of bounds. It will stay with Tuskegee in a half-court set. 12:18 remains in the ball game. Watson, quick pass, Draper. Draper right side at the rack, got the lay-in. Good recognition there by Watson with the pass. Draper finished from there. 12:08 remains. Georgia Southwestern 44-42, and they got a lay-in. 11:55 remaining in the ball game. Georgia Southwestern back up on top by a 4-point lead. Jones at the block, got a whistle and a lay-in. So Martez is fouled by Nilsson, and Nilsson's picked up his second, and at the line it'll be Martez Jones to shoot it. Timeout on the floor, 11:47 left in the ball game. 46-44. Georgia Southwestern leads it over the Golden Tigers. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
Jalen Johnson leading the Hurricanes in scoring with 10 points in his first half. Martez Jones with 19 points for Tuskegee. Already a double-double for him. 10 rebounds as well for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Assist leaders Julian Watson with 4 for Tuskegee. Jalen Johnson with 3 for the Hurricanes. Tim Hall, the leading rebounder for Georgia Southwestern, with 8. As we get set to resume action, Tuskegee trailing 46-44, but Martez Jones at the line shooting for Tuskegee. Martez trying to take it to an even 20 points. Missed on the first free throw, but the rebound on a putback and baked on the glass is good by Chris Mickens. Mickens, the freshman, with a big-time play there left side. Got the putback, and he's going to the line to shoot. So Nilsson picks up the foul. Mickens to the line to shoot. Large picks up his third for the Hurricanes. And Mickens ties the game at 46. Chance to give the Golden Tigers a lead with a converted free throw. Mickens good from the charity stripe, and Tuskegee claims a 1-point lead. He's got 3 in the ball game. We're at 11:40 remaining. Jalen Johnson over to Jordan Johnson. Now they play catch. Jalen out front. Doubled out front by Tuskegee at the sideline on a whistle. They're going to call the foul on Draper at the sideline. Draper picks up his second.
You gotta stay low. You came up and move.
Draper picks up his third with that one. Team foul number 4 for Tuskegee. On a turn now, this is Moore with the basketball. Hard push by him right side. Now backed out over to Koontz. Koontz free for three. Spins it into the cylinder. Came out of there. Rebound fought for it. The block and a whistle. Fighting on the inside that time was Jalen Jordan. Jordan out on the floor with 4 personals. And he drew a foul on the inside. They call it on Chris. Mickens picks up his second. This one will send Jalen Jordan, the sophomore, to the line to shoot. Finished with 2 points in that first half of the Hurricanes.
Who got a shooter?
And he got the first free throw from the line.
KD got to rebound the ball, man.
But he missed on the second. Rebound cleared by Jones.
Box!
Half court set now for Tuskegee. Jones pushes back out Culpepper. Right side, Mickens free for three. That one's good by Mickens. Mickens with a big basket out front. That was a three-pointer, make it 50-47 with 10:48 left in the ball game. Mickens now with 6 points in the contest. On the move, left corner, Koontz pulls up after Culpepper with the defense. Three-pointer out front. That one's off the mark by Moore. Backside rebound to the freshman, Mickens. Mickens up the floor now for Tuskegee. Over to Watson. Tuskegee by 3. Jones up top now. On a weave, Jones left side, Draper. Draper pulling to the top of the key. 15 to shoot for Tuskegee. At the block, Jones. He's doubled there. Basketball tapped around, and it'll stay with Tuskegee. Cambridge coming onto the floor for Tuskegee. Dillon will replace. So he's pulling out on the lineup. He'll give Martez Jones a break. Martez, winded, headed toward the bench. Watson in the corner to inbound. Bounce pass down at the block. Get Dillon. Dillon to the rack. Missed on the lay and tap back on the inside, though. I think they're going to give that to Draper. Culpepper got the tap. So Chris with the basket. Chip, that is, with his first 2 of the ball game. Tuskegee with a 52-47 lead. Whistles in the half-court set now. Down inside, Cambridge. They were trying to work it inside to Jalen Jordan, and they'll call the foul on Dillon. So Dillon picks up his first. We're at 9:59 left in this basketball game. Actually, they have Dillon down for 2 personal fouls in this ball game. As Whitmore now set to come in on the floor for Coach Taylor. Cambridge picks up the foul. He'll come back toward the bench. At the line, it's Jalen Jordan. Jordan got them both from the line. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Tuskegee with the basketball. Whitmore across the mid-stripe. Over to Draper. Left side, Culpepper. Chip on a move, left side. Pulls back, lost his dribble. Back out front to Draper now. Asami, hard push left side all the way through to the glass and got it to fall. Draper just not to be denied that trip inside the paint. So Draper now with 6 in this ball game. Half court set. And a turnover on the inside by the Hurricanes gives it to Tuskegee. Draper out front now, left side to Culpepper. Chip, hard move right side. Tried to dump it back inside to Draper, and they throw it loose. It's loose on the floor. Whitmore trying to get into the fray for the basketball. He does, but the arrow on the jump ball will give it over to the Hurricanes. Tied it up there with Jalen Johnson, and it'll go over to Georgia Southwestern. Bryce Turner playing with those 4 personals. He's back out on the floor for Coach Combs and the Hurricanes, and so is Justin Munden.
CJ, take 12. CJ, take 12.
So Jalen Johnson with the basketball for Georgia Southwestern. Tuskegee with a 54-49 lead. Hard push by Johnson inside the paint and all the way back out. Now they slide it down at the block, spinning inside to the glass. Shot partially deflected, and the putback is missed. And on a second attempt on the inside, Moore got the tap for the Hurricanes. Just too many opportunities inside the paint that time for the Hurricanes. And Tuskegee's lead is 54-51. Draper wants to push right side. Kasami, left-handed floater is good inside. Draper with the confidence now. Got a basket on the inside with the left hand. 8:32 remains. Tuskegee with a 56-51 lead. Timeout on the floor. Back with more basketball on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. All right, where are we? You're going to let me know. We're back live. 32 left. 56-51. Tuskegee with the lead and the basket. Golden Hurricanes with the basketball. Munden works it across the floor now. They get it over to Jalen Jordan behind the arc right side. Now on the move. This is Johnson. Jalen with the basketball. They go underneath with the left hand. That's scooping lay in, and that basket's good. They got it on the inside, and it was Jordan Johnson with the lay-in left side. Getting background feed, Eric. 8:09 remaining in the basketball game. 56-53, Tuskegee with the lead, but they just gave up a layup left side to Jordan Johnson. Johnson trying to convert on a three-point play as that free throw went 6 o'clock, straight up and straight down for the good free throw. Make it 56-54. Culpepper across the timeline now for Tuskegee. Just in front of Coach Taylor here on their end of the floor. Watson out front handling the basketball. Under 8 minutes remaining in the basketball game. Whistles inside the paint. Jones accosted inside of there. They'll call a foul. They called the foul on Justin Reed. Reed with his first personal. That'll send Martez to the line to shoot for Tuskegee. To do it after the timeout, though. Media timeout, 7:48 left in the ball game. Tuskegee with a 56-54 lead. We'll take a timeout on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Brown, Academic Advisor, Operation Manager, and you're watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
56-54 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee over the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Tuskegee came has to really step up as a team to try to replace the absence of Anthony Pennington, who has injured his right hand. That's a shooting hand with a lot of different faces. And so far, these faces, different faces have really shown up. Julian Watson, Chris Mickens, really done a good job. Kevin Seasbury stepped up his effort here in this basketball game as well. Martez Jones, before the timeout, was shooting at the line. He will be at the line shooting here, a 1-and-1. Tuskegee really helped themselves from this free throw line in terms of this ball game. They left 17 points out on the floor in their last contest and missed free throws, but Jones hits the first one there. Dylan Cambridge quickly out on the floor. He'll replace Kasami Draper. Draper with the 3 personals, and 7:48 remaining. Jones with the second. He got them both from the line this trip. So Tuskegee's lead, 58-54. Jalen Johnson for the Hurricanes half-court set. Tuskegee dropping into that zone defense. This is Munden down inside the paint and whistles at the block. They got it inside to Justin Reed, and they'll call the foul on Dylan Cambridge. Justin Reed wears number 5, and Dylan wears number 5. And this time it's Dylan picking up his 3rd, and at the line, Reed to shoot 2. 7:34 remains. Tuskegee basketball back in action on the Golden Tiger Sports Network on Thursday, January 4th. Tip off a 4-game home set from Chappie James as we enter the second half of the season in full SIAC conference play. Tuskegee will be hosting the Yellow Jackets, and a turnover there on the inbound play. So Tuskegee with 7:33 left. After one free throw was made by Reed at the line, their lead is 58-55, but Cambridge on that inbound play, stepping on the inbound line, and the basketball belongs to the Hurricanes. Johnson surveys, pushes back out front. From out front, rattle the three-pointer. That's Jordan Johnson. So Johnson with a good look from behind the arc, and he ties the basketball game at 58. They jump into full court pressure. Tuskegee comes across the timeline with Watson handling it. Julian out front now. We're at 7:13 left. Jones with it out front. Tuskegee with 13 to shoot. Watson with a jumper. Line drive, missed on the shot. Rebound to him. Foul line extended. Missed on that jumper there from the free throw line. So the basketball over to Georgia Southwestern, all the way in with the shot. That was off the mark. Basketball's loose on the floor, comes back to the Hurricanes. Johnson again fires a three-pointer. This time he's off the mark, and Martez Jones is on the mark with the rebound for Tuskegee. Tied at 58. Mickens across the timeline. Chris up top to Martez. Martez entry pass Draper. Draper right side spins, doubled there. Kasami at the block, whistles, and they'll get him for a push off on the inside. Trying to create some space, and they got him for the elbow. So Draper picks up his 4th, and Coach Taylor's going to be forced to pull him off the floor with 6:24 remaining. So Draper will depart, and Watson departs as well. Austin Taylor back out on the floor, and Cambridge reinserted into the lineup. 6:18 left. Jalen Johnson, the senior, handles for the Hurricanes. Spins inside to the glass, and he missed on the shot, but a whistle. They call the foul on Cambridge on the inside. So Dillon's picked up his 4th. And that will send Jalen Johnson to the line to shoot. Johnson with 10 points in this ball game, 4 assists. And he's got 5 rebounds to boot for the Hurricanes, shooting free throws here. Johnson with the first. Boy, he's got that shooter's touch. That hung on the rim for him and fell good. Johnson with one more coming.
Let's go, Red. Box out, Red.
Knock that down as well. So Georgia Southwestern up by a bucket now. They go into full court pressure as Mickens handles in the backcourt. Over to Culpepper. Chip almost lost it at the mid-stripe. Now gives it over to Cambridge. Dillon, hard push right side. Back out front, Taylor. Back to Dillon. Now they come back up top instead to Culpepper. Mickens surveys, dumps it to Jones. He's doubled immediately. In traffic, over to Culpepper. Chip to the rack, shot rejected at the block left side. But a whistle on the inside. Culpepper will be going to the line to shoot for the Golden Tigers. They call it on Justin Reed. He picks up his second. And Chip Culpepper to the line to shoot. Culpepper with 2 points in this basketball game. His free throws here critical for Tuskegee. 5:41 remains. And Culpepper can tie the game up with both free throws. Chip knocks down the first. Culpepper, the redshirt sophomore from Hoover, Alabama. 55% free throw shooting coming into today's ball game. Chip for the second, got them both from the line. Big free throws there by Culpepper. Ties it at 60 with 5:39 remaining. Jalen Johnson with it across the timeline for the Hurricanes. Johnson hard push left side. Culpepper guarding defensively with those three personals. Out front now. Kuntz fires a three-pointer, left it short. Draper had a hand on it. Now it's loose on the floor. Jones picks it up for Tuskegee. 5:13 left in the ball game. Tuskegee can claim a lead with a basket here. Taylor bumped at the mid-stripe and a foul called. Called a foul on Munden. Or no foul call there. Basketball tapped out of bounds. And the basketball will stay with Tuskegee. Tim Hall out on the floor. He'll replace Jaquan Moore in their lineup. Culpepper surveys. Got to get it in. Got it to Draper. Draper back to Chip out front. We're at 5:05 remaining, tied at 60. Dangerous pass at the mid-strike. Jones tries to save it, and it's loose and comes away to the Hurricanes. It's the careless pass there. Culpepper went for a steal at the block. Tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hurricanes. It's just the small things that Coach Taylor talked about in the pregame, and that was a small one. Just a bounce pass out front, but just errantly thrown. Entry pass. Now Hurricanes with the basketball. Jalen Johnson underneath the defense, tried to bank it, but he missed. Rebound fought for. Jones clears for Tuskegee. Bryce Cambridge, or Cummings with the basketball. Now he's out on the floor. Entry pass and a whistle there at the block. Draper going to be held at the baseline. Called a foul on Tim Hall. Hall beat badly down at the block, just holding on for dear life, and Draper will go to the line to shoot. This is the song that we've heard before the previous ball games for Tuskegee. Hoping to change the tune here this afternoon. They've got to convert on these free throws. Draper to the line to shoot. He's got 8 points in this ball game, along with 4 rebounds. Draper missed on the first of 2. So the sophomore now from Conyers with 1 more coming to him from the free throw line. Draper on the second, missed on the second as well. Basketball chased down in the corner, out of bounds. It'll stay with Tuskegee though. Tuskegee having a challenge from the free throw line. Inbound it to Jones in the corner. Austin Taylor pushes back to Jones, draws the double, back to Taylor. Now pass inside Draper. Draper to the rack, gotta lay in, and the whistle. That gives a hop and a skip there from head coach Benchy Taylor at the sideline. So Draper able to work it inside and gotta lay in and drew a foul. Talk about a fired up Benchy Taylor. They got exactly what they wanted on the inside. Draper from the line, missed on the free throw. Jones on the inside and got a hold call. Going to stay with Tuskegee on their end of the floor with Jones at the line shooting. Martez got the inside position on Justin Reed, and Reed was trying to hold him. You can't do that in this game. So Martez to the line to shoot, but this is where Tuskegee can get the space if they can convert on these free throws. They lead by 2 here. And Jones to shoot. Martez shot the first one hard. My oh my. Tuskegee help themselves here from the line. Back out on the floor for Coach Combs and the Hurricanes. Bryce Turner coming back. He's got 4. And he'll play these final 4 minutes and 27 seconds with that. And Jalen Jordan, he's got 4. He's back out on the floor. Martez, second of 2, got that one to fall. Might have heard Coach Joe Taylor in the background saying, that's good. And he's right, it was. Jones with 21 points in the ball game now. Jalen Johnson for the Hurricanes pushes across the floor. Now on the move, inside and underneath. They push it back into the corner, and good for a 3-pointer there deep in the corner was Jalen Johnson. So Johnson's triple ties it at 63. Cummings across the timeline. Over to Taylor. Now Mickens handles. Chris out front. Doubled, gives it in the corner to Jones. Draper, foul line extended. Kasami working his way toward the basket. Jones got a loose basketball, and Martez there to put a lay in right left side. That duo working well that trip down the floor. Martez with the basket. He's got 23. Jones lost his dribble. Up top he goes to Turner. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the ball game. Tuskegee by 2. Jumper out front, and Jalen Johnson, just like that, back-to-back 3-pointers, gives the Hurricanes a 66-65 lead. 3:27 remaining and a timeout on the floor. Hurricanes climb back up on top by 1, 66-65. Take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Drayton Florence, 2023 SIAC Hall of Fame inductee. Thank you for watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
3:27 remaining here in the Storm Dome. Tuskegee trailing at 66-65. Back-to-back 3-point baskets by Jalen Johnson has enabled the Hurricanes to claim the 1-point lead. It's been a seesaw affair in the second half of basketball. Tuskegee down the stretch have to do a better job from that free throw line. They come back out on the floor. Bryce Cummings, Chris Mickens, Austin Taylor, Dylan Cambridge, and Kasami Draper, the 5 answering after the timeout. Full court pressure by the Hurricanes. Cummings to inbound it. Does so to Mickens in the backcourt. Over to Bryce. Now over to Taylor. Taylor back to Cummings. And Cummings across the timeline with it. Draper trying to set a screen out front. He'll have the basketball instead. Kasami trying to push it to left side on a weave to Cambridge. Dillon surveys. 10 to shoot. Over to Cummings. Trying to get it down to Draper. Bryce Cummings all the way underneath. Now Mickens for 3. Rimmer front of the iron. Bounces around and it comes clear to Turner. Correction, Jordan Johnson for the Hurricanes, and they go back the other way. Johnson with it up top to Jalen Johnson. Jalen with another 3-pointer. This one up and down at 6 o'clock, and he knocked down another one. Basketball just shot straight up in there and came down at 6 o'clock for the easy 3. He's got back-to-back 3-pointers now. Cummings underneath. Cambridge underneath the defense miss. Tap on the inside by Draper is good. 69-67. We're at 2:10 remaining in the basketball game. On the weave now. This is Munden down in the corner. Johnson to the right. That's Jordan Johnson and a whistle on the inside. They call it on Cambridge, and Gid Dillon's picked up his fifth. He's fouled out of the basketball game with 1:59 remaining. So Cambridge finishing with 2 points in this basketball game for Tuskegee. And Martez Jones coming back out on the floor now for the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee trailing by 2. At the line is Jordan Johnson for the Hurricanes. Johnson with 11 points and 1 rebound for the Hurricanes. And Bryce Cummings comes to the Tuskegee bench as well. Kevin Seasbury back out on the floor. Johnson's good on the first free throw. It's Jordan Johnson at the line. There's a Jalen Johnson and a Jordan Johnson on this free throw, on this roster for the Hurricanes. As he missed on the second, but the rebound came clear to Jalen Jordan. And they have another look now with a 3-point lead and 1:50 remaining. Jordan, right side, over to Jordan Johnson. On a weave, it's Jalen Johnson, free for 3. That one looks short, and it is. And the rebound to Draper, and Draper threw the basketball out of bounds. Tuskegee with just a simple transition of the basketball, and they throw it out of bounds. 1:35 left, Tuskegee trailing by 3, 70-67. Just a simple transition after the rebound from Draper trying to get it in the corner to Austin Taylor. And they missed on the cue of it and threw it right out of bounds. Johnson on the inbound pass, got a whistle on the inside of the basket. Bryce Turner to the glass, got a lay-in. And they call the foul on Draper. So Draper picks up that foul. And that is his 5th. So Draper has fouled out of the basketball game. 72-67. Watson back out on the floor.
Let's go, Red. We still red.
So we're at the line. Turner to shoot. Just like that, Tuskegee seen their deficit go from 2. And now it's up to 73-67 lead for the Hurricanes. Got 1:30 remaining. Taylor across the timeline now. Mickens handles far side of the floor, left side. Taylor surveys. 12 to shoot now for the Golden Tigers. Taylor had it tapped and out of bounds by Jalen Johnson. Will stay with Tuskegee with 9 seconds to shoot. Coach Taylor wants to take a timeout here. He's asking how many he had, and he took one here with 1:12 seconds left, and his troops trailing 73-67 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Chance for us to thank some of our sponsors while they have the timeout. And why don't we begin with Booster Digital Displays, one of the sponsors of Tuskegee basketball. As exclusive provider of the digital scores table inside the Chappie James Center and the new state-of-the-art Jumbotron and storage table at Cleve Abbott Stadium, Booster Digital Displays is committed to boosting Tuskegee athletics to the next level. For more information on the affordable and innovative Booster Digital Displays product line, visit www.boosterdisplays.com. Also, want to thank TNT Fireworks, a big-time supporter of Tuskegee athletics as well. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee basketball on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by TNT, America's best-selling brand of and the largest distributor of consumer fireworks. And, of course, we cannot forget the Utilities Board of Tuskegee. It's a proud sponsor of Golden Tigers basketball. UBT puts the power in your hands to enjoy the things that matter most. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people. A minute 12 left here inside the Storm Dome. Last couple of minutes been pretty rocky here for the Golden Tigers. They trail at 73-67. Far side of the floor to be Julian Watson to inbound it for the Golden Tigers. Popping out of Seasbury to get the basketball. Wants to work it right side. He'll go all the way right side to the rack with the floater. Missed on the shot. Basketball at the block. Comes over to Seasbury. Kevin to the rack. Missed there. And a whistle on the inside. Gonna go to the line shooting. They call a foul on Jalen Jordan. That's him. It's his fifth. So Jordan has fouled out of the basketball game for the Hurricanes. And at the line, Kevin Seasbury, the junior from Lithonia, to shoot for Tuskegee. 62 seconds remains. Hurricanes with a 73-67 lead. Seasbury to shoot 2 here for Tuskegee.
Hurricane substitution is number 13, Lars Nielsen.
Nielsen back on the floor, replacing Jalen Jordan, who just fouled out. So Kevin can help the cause with some free throws. He rattles the first one and it pops out of there. Just don't know how they're going to get over this in terms of just that rim and being closed from the free throw line. Continues to be that way this afternoon. Seasbury, second of 2, got that one to fall. Full court pressure now as Jalen Johnson handles in the backcourt. That team's already in the double bonus, so under a minute left, Tuskegee's going to have to think about a foul at some point in this sequence. They don't get a good turnover here. 16 to shoot with 45 seconds left in the basketball game. Johnson pushes down in the corner. Nielsen back up to Jalen Johnson, 7 to shoot. Behind the arc, he'll take the 3 from deep outside. Missed on the shot, but the rebound comes down in the corner to Turner. And now Coach calling for a foul. 28 seconds left, and they foul Johnson out front. Tuskegee with a chance there, but the long rebound after the 3-point shot came away from the basket over to Turner deep in the corner. So Jalen Johnson, after being fouled out front, will shoot. Tuskegee, a game effort here in Americus, Georgia, as Johnson hits the first free throw. 74-68. And you can hear Coach Taylor uttering those words as he walks back toward the bench. Free throws. Johnson got both of his from the line. He's got 22 in the ball game with 5 assists. Whitmore out front, Seasbury for 3. Line drive on that shot. He missed on it. Rebound chased down in the corner by Jordan Johnson. Johnson pushes up the floor to Nielsen. 8 left in the ball game, and just an easy flush to finish things off on the inside by Bryce Turner. 5.6 seconds left. And Tuskegee came on the road with a game effort here in Americus. But they'll come up short again. Mickens fires a 3, got a line drive, 3-pointer, but that's just academics now. He'll finish with that basket to make it a 77-71 win for the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Hard-fought ball game. Tuskegee just let it get away from them at the end. And one of the usual culprits in that is the free throw shooting against the Hurricanes in a ball game that Tuskegee in there right into the final minutes of the contest, but not able to close that gap. They lose it 77-71 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. We'll take a quick timeout here, come back to wrap things up on the Golden Tigers.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
And we're back live inside the Storm Dome on the campus of Georgia Southwestern University, Tuskegee, with a game effort here in this ball game. But they fall to the Hurricanes 77-71. And Coach Taylor's kind enough to join us in the post game. Coach, let's talk about that second half. You talked about it even in pregame. Things that you do well, the team does well, and it got down to some of the small things that made the difference in this ball game.
I mean, we played the game schematically, how we came into the game wanting to play. We played the right way. We limited our turnovers in the second half. We only had 15. We had 11 in the first half. We held a very good three-point shooting team to, I think, 31 for the game. I think they shoot 38 on the season. They were 11 for 35. They hit some big ones late. Their Jalen Johnson is a primetime player. He made 3 big threes. That, that's kind of, if you're gonna give up a shot, that's what you got. That's the ones you got to give up. We just came down to our free throw shooting again. We spent a lot of time working on it, and almost got to stop talking about it because it's in their head a little bit. But it was really a one possession game. With a minute left, one possession game. And our inside guys missed, I want to say, 13 free throws. So we just got to have some confidence and some keep working on it. And then I don't think any of the misses were bad. I just long, short, rimming out. But we'll get back to the lab, and if we can continue to play like this and limit our turnovers and make free throws, and it's hard too because we got 36 points and 20 rebounds between them. And I think we were 14 for 23 from the floor. Ted's was 8 for 8. I'm sorry, 14 for 17 from the floor. And to play that hard and that aggressive and take all those hits down there, and then to not go make the free throws is, it's tough. It's tough. So we're going to have to, keep working with them and go from there. I thought Kevin did a better job in the second half. We moved the ball a little bit better. It's a game it's another game that we could have won, but we didn't win. So, but I'm not going to let them hang their heads, and we'll be fired up, ready to play on Thursday, and and continue to represent Tuskegee with a lot of fight.
Well, you talked about it in the pregame that you're not afraid of your demons. That showed tonight because they, based on film, tried to jump into that defense, full court pressure, and to trap it at the sidelines. But you guys played through that this afternoon. Yeah, we didn't. We had 15 turnovers. We had 11 in the first half, but we didn't turn it over against the press. It's I'm just going to say this. So, like, when you're not making free throws, sometimes when you catch the ball, it's like a hot potato because you don't want to get fouled. Sure. And I feel bad for us as a team, and I feel bad for those individuals that just try to get the ball out of their hands because they don't want to get fouled, because they don't want to go back to the line. So, man, it's a catch-22, but we're playing hard, we're playing the right way, and I still think we played tonight without DP, and didn't miss a beat in a lot of areas, and Kevin is about 70%, and we got to try to be healthy before Thursday. And I like where we're at. I like the way we played, just not showing up on the scoreboard. But it's my job to get them fired up every game. And they were ready to play against a very, very good team at home. Those guys, that's a good team. That's a good team. And, back to the drawing board. Well, you talked about it in the pregame, and you just referenced it now that we were without DeAnthony in the lineup, and it was a challenge to you to get a mixture of players out there to make up for his production on the floor, but you're able to do it with a lot of different players coming in there, and all of them making some serious contributions in this ball.
Oh yeah, yes, and our energy level and how should I say, our energy level and our togetherness is probably as good as it's ever been right now. So just got to get to that locker room and make sure, dry some eyes and get them back, get them on the bus and feed them, and
don't forget that.
Yeah, get back and get to and get back to the ground. Y'all tell these guys all the time, man. Just sit right in there. Just sit right in the grind. Just sit in there. And I mean, what we take 5 charges a night.
Sure, that's right. They did a good job.
Should have been a couple of more.
Yeah.
I mean, like we did everything well, except we just didn't go make free throws. And like I said, we're in a situation now we probably need to stop talking about it. And to be honest with you, we haven't been talking about it a lot, but I know it's in their heads. And we're going to have to I got to get them to go embrace that. Embrace it. Shoot before practice. Shoot after practice. Those guys want to make them. And they're not missing bad. They're not missing bad. It's just we make our free throws. It's a different game. But it's been our number one Achilles heel right now.
Sure. Well, you turn your attention to the Yellow Jackets of Allen University coming in for conference play on Thursday. And I know it's kind of a different set. You almost look at it as a second season.
Thursday?
It is Thursday.
We can have a few more days. See, can they flip them? Can we play Saturday, Monday? I'm going to call the conference office. We got to get in the gym, get some work done. Plus give DeAnthony a chance to get healthy.
Sure.
You think they'll let me do that?
You can try, Coach.
Yeah.
You got a lot of influence.
Oh, I'm going to Saturday, Monday. I don't want to play Thursday, Saturday. We need a couple more days. And one thing about these guys, they'll show back up tomorrow and they'll do a good job. They'll be ready to roll.
That way. Thanks for stopping by for the contest. And we'll see that chapter on Thursday.
Looking forward to it. Hey, Happy New Year, everyone out there. And Tuskegee, Golden Tigers land. Thank you.
Head coach Benji Taylor and Tigers of Tuskegee. A tough effort this afternoon, played extremely well, but that same Achilles heel that we talked about, really the difference in the ball game. It just free throw shooting at the end. Allowed not to get through the contest with the win. That'll do it for our coverage here from Americus, Georgia, from the Storm Dome. Tuskegee falls to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwest 771. Reminder that we are on the air on Thursday for doubleheader action from the Chappie James Center. Women taking the floor at 5:30. We'll have our pregame coverage beginning at 5:15 as the Tuskegee basketball program takes on the Yellow Jackets of Allen University in conference play. Special thanks to all of our administrators on the Tuskegee campus, and particularly to the athletics director, Reginald Ruffin, Nick Brown, and sports information, Jordan Benson, and to our producer director, Eric Tabor, for our coverage of today's ball game. Once again, Tuskegee falls 77-71 to the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern University. On behalf of everybody here with the Golden Tiger Sports Network, this is Charles Ward saying thanks so much, and we'll see you from Chappie James on Thursday.
Tuskegee fans, thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network.